What is going on, guys? My name is Newton with MMO Play, bringing a review of Dark Demon, a free-to-play MMORPG for iOS and Android devices. Now, we've just installed the game, and we're going to go ahead, hop right into it, go over some of the different features, and give it a rating at the end. So, let's go ahead and select our server. We have, which is nice to see, we have a few different servers to go through. So, let's go ahead, hop right in. We got a little bit of dialogue for daily events and stuff like that, as it seems like it's going on over here. There's a competition or an event that went on, which is pretty cool. Nice to see that has some interaction with the fans. That's really good to see in a game like this. Now, here we are. We are in the basic interface of the game, and overall it looks very, very nice, and it's set up very well for a mobile platform, great for a tablet or a phone, depending on what you're playing on. Now, as you can see, we have the map over here. We have a few different things we can select from down below. Now we have ruins, fairy, boss, heroes, and tasks. Now these are all kind of logs of stuff you've done, so we can click this, and basically at certain levels you unlock these different things, which gives you more stuff to do in the game. And down below we have stats, bags, quests, PvP, lottery, and more. Now overall those are pretty straightforward. Now I kind of like that. I mean, not too much, not really too much to confuse you when you hop right into the game. It's all very straightforward, nice, and you kind of get the point once you hop into it. So let's go ahead and get right into the action and go over that. So let's click the Jungle of Valor over here. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and I played the first mission. You gotta get a feel for the game, get a view of the combat. Now, the combat is very linear. Let's go ahead and jump into the dungeon, and I'll explain how the dungeons are a little bit linear along with the combat. So we can go ahead and select a player or an ally here. So let's go ahead and select one. As you can see, their different levels have different stats, so each one will bring different benefits to the battle of the fight. So it's good to pick a good one. So let's go ahead and pick the top one over here. Seems like a solid pick. And here we are. So now we have a little bit of dialogue kind of going over how the game works. You can see we have bonus attack, bonus defense, and other things like that. Now, this is the dungeon. As you can see here, it looks just like a straight path, and the enemies are displayed here on the path over here. As you can see, it's highlighted with the arrow over it. Now, this is what I mean by when the dungeons are very, very linear. It's just a straight path. You don't have the freedom to explore and kind of adventure however you want. It's, like I said, extremely linear. It's kind of a drawback, but I mean, it's okay. I mean, the sceneries are nice. It's kind of cool to explore different lands, but I wish there was more interaction with the game. You really had more freedom to do what you wanted, or, you know, it kind of gives you more freedom to explore and to feel like you're taking part of the game instead of the game playing itself for you. Now, the combat doesn't really get much better in this case. Let's go ahead and hit fight. We'll show you real quick. And right there, it's a small little cutscene. Auto turn-based combat. Nothing too spectacular about it. I mean, it's alright. I mean, the game looks kind of nice. The art style is kind of cool, but the dungeon exploration is very lackluster, and you could probably get bored of the game quick. I mean, each dungeon doesn't change very much from the last, and you kind of keep going, following these paths, and I'm sure maybe as you progress on, you might have a little bit more options on where to go for the dungeon. Maybe you'll have 2 paths, 3 paths with different enemy options, but I mean, overall, not too exciting, and kind of a drawback for the game. So let's go ahead and hit continue. Let's keep fighting these enemies, and I guess the game gets a little bit cooler once you fight a boss. As you can see, we're coming up, and I'll explain that real quick. There we go, we claimed an HP potion, that's alright. And when you fight a boss, I mean, the cutscenes get a little bit bigger, as you see here. Now, there's a little bit more animation, but, I mean, the boss has no animation behind it. Your character does, he jumps up, slashes the enemy, but the character is just one moving picture. And, once again, a drawback, not much to do with the game, and it feels like you're really not taking part. You're just tapping little areas on the screen, and the game is basically playing itself for you. So we went ahead, we completed that. Not too much of a challenge. I mean, very, very straightforward. How could you really get lost in a dungeon like this? But let's go ahead and hit continue. We see our rewards, hit next. I mean, it's pretty cool. We got some rewards. Let's go back real quick and go to our bag. And this is basically where we can equip our new gear on our character from exploring the dungeons. As you can see, we got quite a bit here. We can go ahead and equip those. Oh, our level's too low. So we can go ahead and kind of overview these, and I mean, we can really customize our character and kind of make him stronger through replaying levels, grinding out experience and stuff like that, hopefully getting good drops for items, and basically, I mean, this is kind of the most interaction you'll really find in the game is basically regrinding out and really customizing and decking out your character with various loot options and other things like that. But, I mean, overall, the game, not too much to offer. I mean, it looks nice, it's aesthetically pleasing, and the art style to it is, I mean, it's alright. It's nice to look at, but like I said, not much interaction, and it kind of makes me feel like there's a whole lot missing. There's so much potential that this game could have, with very intricate and in-depth dungeons, with basically, or maybe mazes and puzzles and stuff like that. Find your way through different areas to unlock doors to basically make progress. There's so much more they could put into the game to make it more interactive and more interesting to play. But I mean, each level has been the same. I've played the two levels, but we can go ahead and go on and continue to the next one, and I guarantee you, and I know it'll be exactly the same. So let's go ahead and go back. Oh, we can go ahead and spin for that. Let's go ahead and go back to our character over here. Go to my stats. You can see we have other stuff over here. But let's go back to quests. Go over here. Jump into this dungeon. And like I said, we'll select our character. And once again, it's very, very linear. Not much to really do for ourselves over here. Now, overall, I guess the game has a good amount of replayability with tons of dungeons and levels to kind of battle through. But it doesn't offer very much of a challenge or really too much to engage yourself with in the game. I mean, I could see how you might find it fun just for maybe a little bit of a time killer, but I mean, long term, I could see this game getting very, very boring very quick. So, as a final verdict, I gotta give this game a 4 out of 10 because, I mean, not much to the game here. They could do so much more. There's so much potential I see in the game and stuff that I can come up with that they can improve on and make better to make it much more engaging and much more fun, but right now the state the game's in, it's really not there and it's not showing it. So I gotta give it a low score, and overall I'm kind of disappointed with the game. Other than that, the game feels a little bit empty and not really finished. If you guys have any thoughts about the game, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. But other than that, once again, I am Noonan with MMO Play. Hope you guys have enjoyed the reviews. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more. But until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later.